It's another time of the show, Citizen Dialogue on First Next News. A beautiful day to you. First, the headlines. Electoral Act, Senate passes bill. Reject mandatory electronic transmission of results and also 10-year jail term for PVC traders and amend electoral timelines. It's AI generated. Oshiomole reacts to viral video showing him massaging a lady's feet on private jets. Kidnappers adopt 9 family members in Edo and demand 260 million ransom. Joining me to have this discussion is First Next political analyst Kings Ojalo. I remain your host, Cassie Tony. How are you doing today, Kings?
Fine, thank you, Cassie.
You look exceptionally different as always. Now, looking at the Electoral Act of the 2022, in subsection 22 of the Electoral Act, it was stated that anyone that sells their PVC, the penalty is jail term. That's 2 years jail term and 5 million naira. Now, 2026 Electoral Act, it says instead of 5 years, instead of 2 years, it has been increased to 10 years.
Yes, 10 years.
Now, looking at this electoral term, if electronic transmission of results improve transparency, why would the Senate reject it?
I had there's a content friend of mine who I usually follow on social media. He really made a very straight proclamation which really impressed me. He said people who tend to be leaders are leaders even before they are elected into their various positions. You understand? A leader is someone who has been a leader right from time. So it is not everybody who are elected, in different positions of the affairs of the state that is actually a leader, which most Nigeria already know. So some of them have been hijacked. As a matter of fact, majority of them have been hijacked. Now,
sorry to interject. If you're to define who a leader is, who will you actually say is a leader?
A leader is someone who usually goes ahead the front line of the people in order to defend the people and also make provision for the well-being of the people. That is who a leader actually, as in the happiness of the people, should derive joy in you. You understand? Not your own personal interest in democracy or politics.
So in the home front, you are a leader in your house, right?
Of course.
You said the examples. And then you do exactly what you're asking your followers or your wife to do. You're doing it already before your wife will follow. So that is who a leader is. Now, in Nigerian constitution, in Nigerian context, a leader that is actually setting rules and is not doing what he or she...
Thank you. I love that word you use. A leader that is actually setting rules but not proclaiming or following the same amendment they have set. Okay, look at the ongoing rejection of this of the electoral bill that has been passed into law recently. It's clearly written that these people know what they are doing. Let's be honest. Our senators know what they are doing, and they are really making it openly. It's not even a hidden thing anymore. Constitution is about to be quenched. I don't know if you understand. That is, the Nigeria Constitution is about to be quenched totally, woefully. That at the long run, Nigeria will, if care is not taken, Nigeria will now be a constitutional-less country. That is what I'm seeing if care is not taken. Okay, a bill was passed into law in the year 2022 that anyone who is involved in buying and selling of votes, which is strictly against the law. As a politician, you shouldn't be involved in such things. Even if the citizens are involved in it, they are being persecuted. How much more you that are willing for the people to elect you into power, you are going about by level, then you don't really trust your own ambition. For the fact that you are not a leader constitutionally. You are not even a patriotic person to be a leader in that form. Now, simple. As at then, it was a consequences of, as in a term of 2 years and 5 million for bail. Now it has been increased to 10 years. And also, I think the funds was increased to 50 million. So now it has been proclaimed, and you are rejecting it. They are all coming together to reject it, as if that is not involved. The normal PVC, that is the electronic method in which Nigerians are deliberated to use in terms of voting and electing our leaders into power, are also being being scrapped by these so-called senators. For what reason? Because they know the effect of that. They know, as in, these people already know how they orchestrate themselves into power.
Yes,
You
they
understand?
know that definitely
and
are
they
going
are
to fall
also looking
victim.
for means in which they will be able to manipulate the
vote,
oppositions.
yes.
Not just for the people now, the oppositions most especially. They are looking for easy means, easy targets.
yes.
I had some critics saying, oh, in fact, they've contested the election already against the 2022. You understand? I believe what they said.
And they've already won.
You understand? So these people, they in fact, they have means and method. You see, I think sometimes, sorry to say, this country needs a marshal.
Exactly.
As in, Nigeria currently needs a marshal.
It needs
and the earlier the better. It's not all about Donald Trump trying to send troops into the country. I think Trump, their own purpose is to fight insurgency and thereabout.
Yeah.
We are looking for the Trump politically, the troop that will come and fight politicians.
Yes.
Yeah, there should be an assigned troop that will come and fight politicians.
You know,
of trying to rig. You know
APC logo is broom.
Broom.
So when they need, I think I was thinking that broom they
that
want
you see,
to
no, you people are misunderstanding that broom. The broom is even accumulating more, not sweeping
exactly.
out. So let us leave that one aside. See, we need someone we need an institution, or we need a backup body that will really come and drive political insurgencies in this country.
Okay.
We are not talking about insurgencies or a swap now that is terrorizing the country. We are looking about people that is terrorizing our democracy, they're terrorizing our political system in this country. And the earlier the better, because the masses are going to suffer it. A lot of people can't afford to escape the how will I say it, the rulership of fraudulent politicians, Senate and thereabout. A lot of people don't have what it takes to escape them.
Yeah.
So that is why we need something, anything that will come and really stop this manipulation going on politically in our country.
They also said rather than increasing the jail term to 10 years, they should increase the penalty.
The penalty of monetary penalty. Just imagine, because they know they have what it takes.
The poor masses cannot afford it.
They have what it takes. Okay, look at the case of Malami. If you look at his probe, the probe and fraud allegations that they raised against him, he's finding his way out because he knows what he have to be able to settle the judiciaries, settle most of the institutions that are arresting, like the EFCC, the DSS and thereabout. So tell me, how do criminality come to an end in our political affairs in this country, Nigeria? So let's be honest with ourselves most of the time, because if you look at these people, they have all what it takes. They are everywhere. They have the resources everywhere. When I mean everywhere. Last year, Showore, the great activist, came about reporting the FCT minister to the US government body concerning his duplex, his houses, built secretly in Florida. Now the question is, do you know how many more he might have and how many more politicians in this country that they are all involved in these things? The fact that Showore have not gone to all individual to be able to fish them out doesn't mean these people don't know what they are doing. So see, Nigerians are really suffering. Our leaders are really taking advantage. People are saying revolution. See, I don't think revolution is the answer.
Sorry to interject you. Nigeria has repeatedly struggled with disputed results. So how does this weakening electoral transmission help restore trust in our Nigeria?
With continuous actions and with continuous practices like this, to be honest, out of 100 citizens, percent of citizens in this country, I'll tell you, Cassie, just only 5% still have full trust in the federation leaders. And this 5%, check it very well, you will see they have one or two things to do with the leaders. Nigerians don't trust their administrations. We don't have full trust on our government anymore. Everyone are catering for themselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. Everyone are catering for themselves. That is why you are seeing agitation here and there. We want to go, we want to leave Nigeria. The RY are calling, the Biafras are calling, even the Oduduwa nations, even where the president is from, is calling on, you understand, even the Middle Belt region. See, no one relies on the federal level of this country anymore. You understand?
Yeah.
That's when I say Nigeria needs a marshal. Indeed, Nigeria needs a marshal. Someone that will really stand against these politicians to be able to put to an end of this menace, trying to brainwash, manipulate the minds of a country with 200 million or billion people in terms of a population rate. So it's getting out of hand.
Okay, so when you said Nigeria need a total sweep off, are we talking about bringing in the foreigners, just like Donald Trump is bringing in foreign
that is for
fighters to come
insecurity
and,
purpose.
okay.
That is for insecurity purpose. When I mean a march, look, recently the coup attempt that was breached recently,
Yes.
yes, the attempt that those who tried to
Want
plot
to
a
unseat
coup on
the president, yes.
they were captured and thereabout. I am not in support of coup.
Yes.
Because most countries who are experiencing coup, I don't think they are even getting it better. They are even getting it funny. Look at the military junta of Guinea-Bissau, who promised the country that is taking over the country just for some time. That was in year 2001 or so, 2021. Sorry, and he said, okay, it's just for a few time. We will restore back democracy and also restore back civilian ruling. We just want to make sure that the country is being put in order. What happened recently? Recently, he announced himself as the civilian president of the country with his Oyibo wife. So what are we talking about? So I'm not in support. I don't think Nigeria at this time, even in this Fourth Republic, needs a military rule. Anyone going to say, oh, he wants to form coup against the president is wasting his time, because Nigeria has surpassed that level.
Okay.
What we need is total intervention. We need people to stop backing this institution that call themselves the EFCC, the DSS, the magistrates, the court. They need to wake up. The judiciaries, our judiciary systems needs to wake up. They really need to stand against these people and hear the cry of the citizens rather than hearing the cry of these so-called leaders. Because if you look at it, it looks as if they are all focused on the leaders rather than the people. What are the people going through? These people who are in power, this present administration, how fair, how well is it treating the citizens of the country?
When you say hear the cry of the citizens, how many of these citizens are actually crying? Because when election comes, they will still go and vote for who they want to vote for.
Let's be honest. Let me use the 2023 election, for example. Allegedly, a lot of people have come out to say, Obi won the election, Obi won the election, Obi won the election, and it is these same people. Recently, before I left the house, someone said he personally knows that he voted for Peter Obi. I've had a majority of people who said that. So what are we talking about? Where is the problem coming from? Where is the manipulation coming from that made it possible for Peter Obi not to become the president of Nigeria at that 2023 election that was conducted? What happened at the long run? So that's what we are talking about. When a poll is being manipulated, what do you expect? You understand? And I think this is where they are driving at again. I don't know if you understand. So it is not until the people, as a matter of fact, protest here and there is not even the solution. We are talking about people coming out in mass. I hope 2027 is another good opportunity. But with this so-called rejection of the Senate, they are trying to manipulate the whole thing. My own prayer is it does not work.
Okay.
Whatever system and whatever means Nigerians electoral means will be conducted properly. Okay. I pray that it is being done.
And I'm to say amen to that. Amen. Okay, so looking at the rejection of this electoral act, is this decision not returning Nigeria back to a system where results are most vulnerable?
Exactly.
Between polling units
in
and
which country presently
centers?
in this 21st century that we still use papers and thereabout to conduct it? Because those means are easily manipulated.
Yes.
Look at what happened in Uganda or Angola, where the president who has been ruling for 4 decades or so. You understand? Before the election, he stopped the whole internet because he knows where he's driving to. He knows the means in which he will use to be able to manipulate it against Bobby Wine, which really happened. So that is what they are orchestrating. That is what they are trying to create. You understand? The PVC means the electronic means in which we used to conduct election. Is the best means election should be conducted. Polls should be conducted so that there will be a full approval of the winner. But these people are coming out here to say, oh, it should be scrapped and we should use our what? So our leaders, these people know what they are doing. When I use the word our leaders, in fact, I don't think they are my leaders. They know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. They know what they are about to do because they are running really, really, and they are driving fast towards the 2027 election to be able to mandate one man, work for this one man, which I will not mention his name, but they know what they are doing.
We know who the man is. Okay, so looking at the viral video that has been circulating all social media.
Osho Baba. Oshiomole.
Yes, so your guy on the top.
The man
You're
of-
mounting a woman's leg in a private jet. Now he has actually come out to say that that video is AI generated. Really? AI, something that we all saw with that. Does that video even look like it's something that was generated by AI?
First of all, we are talking about a man of 73 years, and this is a senator, a distinguished senator for that matter. Well, everyone is entitled to their own privacy,
Yes.
be you a senator or whatever,
Wherever you are, yeah.
wherever you are,
Yes.
whichever position you find yourself. If you like, go to an hotel room, carry as plenty women as you
As you
like,
want, yeah.
as far as you are not using constitutional funds or using the tax money of the people, why you are free. It's not against the constitution that you should not enjoy your life. You should not go about. You should not go to club as a senator or as a minister. No. You are free. You can drink. You are at least most presidents smoke. They drink.
Yeah.
And so it's not against the constitution as far as you are not involved in crime. You understand? And from the last time I checked, going to club is not a crime. You understand?
Yeah.
But as far as crime is not involved by killing and thereabout. I believe our distinguished senator,
yeah.
you understand,
Adams.
should learn to keep his privacy very, very tight. You understand?
He should
Because it
conceal
was
it.
clear. So you coming out to say it's AI video.
So how do we verify that this video is actually AI generated?
No, the question is who even generated it and why was it generated?
Okay.
Are they trying to pull his leg or are they trying to spoil his name? That is just the truth. Look at it. A man of, as in, former governor for that matter, as you were looking at, and look at the lady identified as Lashing the Gami, a 19-year-old girl, a TikTok lifestyle influencer. We checked on her details. It's even here. You understand? She's a TikTok influencer, a social media content creator. And for the fact that this is the same senator, if you recall last year, who raised a motion against child abuse, men taking on minors and thereabouts.
But the lady in the picture is not a minor.
Compare his age, Oshomole's age, 33 to 19.
She's not a minor.
She's not a minor, but look at the age gap. To me, this is child abuse.
Okay.
This is child abuse, even from a distinguished senator who wrote the motion last year. You understand? And many others. I still remember where he said anyone found guilty of abusing a child of I think from a 17 below or even marrying a teenager or a minor should be arrested. I think it's 21 years in prison. He even wrote the mention that it should be said.
Laws are liable to change. Laws are liable to change.
Even sentenced that the person should be sentenced to life. Okay. So to me, this is in fact the senator
So what does this action say about our politician? Saying that news are fake. What does it really? What accountability do they really have? To say
we have
about
had
this?
politicians who have really lied to the public. You understand? If someone would want to say that
because it's like breaching the public trust.
A lot of people say lying is part of politics. I agree with them. You understand? In order not to spoil your reputation, yes, you have to kind of deny some certain allegations raised against you or some certain facts so that it does not spoil your reputation and thereabout. But in a civilized country, with this kind of act, a senator representing a hopeful constituency and a certain senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria should be expelled for some certain time. I am not saying a motion should be raised against it that he should be removed from his position. No, I think an expellment should be given to him. In this kind of act, is an abuse of government, it's an abuse of seat, a bad reputation. What do you think people in diaspora will say about this? What do you think your fellow senators, your distinguished fellow senators will say about this? If you must make this happen, do it in a calm place. Nobody but bringing it live, you are damaging the image of the country and also the House of Senate, reps and thereabouts. You understand? If this video, of course, it has gone viral. Let's be honest. It has really gone viral. You understand? So him coming out to dismiss the claim that is AI, in fact, it has even worsened the case. Okay. You understand? Okay. If I were him, I would just keep short and keep calm.
So in this context, who bears the consequences? Is it the politician? Is it the tech platform? Or the regulators, people that circulated this news in protecting both reputations and the public from misinformation.
He should face the consequences.
Okay, so
Oshomole
Adam
should face the consequences,
and not AI.
I don't think the person who videoed that clip, because I know for sure that was not AI.
Yeah.
We can all differentiate
Of
between
course,
what
it's not AI
is and what reality is all about. So anybody, for sure, I trust Nigeria system. He has made it clear now that is a AI. Definitely, we know some of the medias who will definitely paint it that indeed it's AI. He knows how to manipulate the whole thing again, so that his fellow senators or his media aid or thereabout we proclaim it in the whole nation that look, it's AI. So for the fact that this girl, the girl's identity has been fully opened up, so what's the essence of denying? So I think the distinguished senator should take his consequences, if there is any consequence attached to this, because I know there is no. We are living in Nigeria, so we know what's there.
Okay, so this is a very sad one here. Looking at insecurity is a very disturbing reality in Nigeria, where we can no longer ignore insecurity. Now, kidnappers are actually kidnapped and adopted 9 family members in Edo State. Now, these kidnappers, when kidnappers can adopt an entire family, what does this have to say about security in Edo State? Remember, the governor of Edo State, rather than fighting insecurity in Edo, he's going about campaigning for the president, asking the community leaders to make poster of President Tinubu for his re-election, rather than fighting insecurity. Now, these kidnappers, they've demanded for the ransom of 260 million naira from the kidnapped family members. Where do they expect them to get that kind of money from?
Well, the commissioner of police by the name Eno Okedem, he killed them, yes, has come out to say yes, they've been an operative and also a joint force by the forest guard, and also it happened in Ekiadolo, one of the local governments in Edo State.
Yeah.
Yes, before Okada, yes, where they were kidnapped at about 2 a.m., 5 p.m., that is in the evening, at Eko Abuko, that is the road that divides Ekiadolo. I know that area very well.
Okay, as an Edo man.
So that was where it happened. I think someone want to say, it was a planned kidnap. Whether it's a planned kidnap or and whether it's a planned kidnap or a mistake kidnap, it's all under the level of insecurity in the country. Now, the victims involved is what really transpired, what really triggered my mind. We're talking about 3 children of we're talking about a minor, a mother, a pregnant mother with a minor child, still breastfeeding, and also 3 of her children, that was really kidnapped or involved in this incident. You understand? We're talking about 11-year-old child and also a child of 26 and thereabout. Now, it happened on a Monday evening, and the commander of police of that region has also come out to say yes, they are joint forces going into the bush, vigilantes who are doing this. Now, let's be honest with ourselves. The whole Nigeria currently is suffering insecurity. You understand? Be it from ISWAP, bandits, kidnappers, and thereabout. It's all fall in one line. You understand? The whole country right now, people are not taking kidnapping to be a major business in the country of Nigeria now, because they know, yes, we don't have what it takes to really put this. They see it as a business. And again, there are also conjunctions even with some security forces. If you make your research, most of these security gangs get informations even for most of our security forces. Let's be honest with ourselves. They get informations, they get ideas from these people. To me, is a kind of cooperation with some criminals hiding, criminal dwelling among our security, our police force, and thereabout. You understand? So it's a two-way thing. You understand? It's a conjunction.
Sometimes it can be the police that is relating information.
Yes,
to them.
in most cases, you understand? Because let's be honest, there's nowhere in the world you don't find a corrupt police. Yes, among genuine police, they are still corrupt ones. Let's be honest. Even in the US, yes, there are some police who are also involved in drugs. Yes, it's been clarified. Go to make your research. Yes, majority of the police in US are also involved in drugs, exploiting, and thereabout. Yes. But the funny thing about that country, they are apprehended immediately. They are being caught. You understand? Through investigation and thereabout. Unlike our own country, Nigeria. Coming back to Edo State right now, it's unfortunate that a governor, witnessing, we are talking about 260 million naira. You understand? And I believe the victims who are being kidnapped probably might not even have up to 100 or 50 million in their accounts. We never can tell. Probably they are very wealthy. That is why they are demanding such. And if you look at it, the message was channeled to the Edo State governor himself to bring the ransom for them to be released. But the thing is that we've debunked against governor negotiating with bandits. Instead, take drastic action with a collaboration with the army, the security forces, in order for kidnappers to be apprehended and victims to be rescued. You understand? We've talked about these things quite a number of times concerning the level of insecurity in Edo State, and Edo State happen to be among the states in South. You understand? And this is a man who ought to, the first agenda or mission, if I still recall his campaign where he talked about that no hiding space for kidnapper in Edo State. Yes, that was one of his campaign announcements in Edo State. But what are we seeing? That is to say that you have indeed failed the people. You have your promises. You have failed in your promises. You understand? And if you look at it, you don't even have the people at mind in terms of security-wise. That is the message to Edo State Governor Ikpebolo at this moment, because he has not really fulfilled his promises. It's very simple. I remember the time of Lucky Igbenedion, the former president of Edo State. Things like this were everywhere, rivaling the state, even in Uniben as a then. He deployed militaries. In the time of Obasanjo, he deployed military to Edo State, and criminals were fished out.
So, sorry to interject, is kidnapping now so organized and risk-free that criminals feel very comfortable to
and reluctant, exactly.
They feel so comfortable to demand hundreds of millions
of course,
without fear of consequences?
That is it, because they know for the fact that, look, we don't have what it takes the Nigerians does not have what it takes to really apprehend them. They know. And just like I said, if you make your research very well, you would know that these criminals, these kidnappers, have one or two things to also do with our security forces, if you make your deep research. So I urge the governor of Edo State to do the needful. You have the manpower as the head of the state, as the governor of the state. You have what it takes to call for federal backing to be able to tackle this menace. Make sure that the militaries are safeguarding the welfare and also lives and property in Edo State. Call for federal backing. The militaries are there. The air force are there. We have everything. Recruitment are being made every month.
So at what point do we stop calling this criminality? Especially when the government system is weak.
Well, when these people are when they are being apprehended, then definitely the citizens will know.
Because I see this as the governor of Edo State has actually failed the citizens.
Of course, someone who came out recently and started saying
they should print billboard
rather than saying, okay, there should be security forces all over Edo State to secure the life and property of the people. So what do we expect?
And this thing actually happened early hours of the day. Yeah, so where are the vigilantes? Because I know that every community they have vigilantes, they have checkpoints.
Exactly.
So where do they pass from?
How
do they maneuver all of this?
They should make their research to see that indeed these people are really having one or two things to do with the police.
All right, that's it on Citizen Dialogue. Many thanks for joining us on the show. And to you, our amazing viewers, we've come to the end of the show. Many thanks for watching. Stay blessed, stay informed, and do have a lovely day. Bye for now.